Sarah, no last name, just the girl who keeps every unsent confession in her voice memos, her birthday wishes in the margins of her planner, and her spare key to Harlan's house on a faded blue ribbon in the top drawer next to the half-empty pack of gum and the ticket stub from the concert I never told him I went to. Slips the key into his front door at 1:23 a.m., hoodie zipped to my chin against the November chill that sneaks through the knit like it knows every secret I've been swallowing since I was 15. Sneakers silent on the welcome mat that still says home sweet home in faded red letters I used to trace with my finger when I was 12 and pretending this porch was mine. The street is asleep, porch lights dimmed to embers, only the low hum of a distant car fading down the block, the soft creak of the swing chain swaying in the wind like it's nervous for me, and the occasional rustle of leaves skittering across the driveway like they're running late to witness this. My phone is on silent. Mom texted at midnight asking if I was safe after the party, probably still awake scrolling through the photos I posted, but I haven't answered yet. Thumb hovering over the screen like it might burn. I've rehearsed this 100 times on the walk over. Unlock slow, tiptoe through the hallway, leave the note on the counter next to his coffee mug, slip out before he wakes. Simple, safe, cowardly. The note is folded in my pocket, the one I wrote at 11:47 p.m. in the bathroom at the party. Words smudged from nervous thumbs and a tear I didn't mean to let fall. I'm 18 now. I'm done pretending. I love you. You guys will never believe what happened. I'm Sarah, freshly 18 as of 12:01 a.m. when the clock flipped and the cake candles were still smoking. And this is happening right now, 1:23 a.m. on a Sunday that feels like the edge of everything I've been holding back for 2 years, 3 months, and 12 days. Not that I'm counting. The key is still in the lock, trembling slightly in my cold fingers. The swing is still swaying like it's trying to warn me. The echo of the click hasn't even faded yet. The leaves are still skittering like gossip, and the faint scent of cedar and coffee left too long on the warmer is already curling through the cracked door like it's been waiting for me to finally show up. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, drop a comment if you've ever sneaked in somewhere and meant stay. Let's go. I turn the key slow. Click. The sound sharper than I expect in the quiet. Push the door just enough to slide through sideways. My hoodie brushing the frame. Close it behind me with the softest breath, holding the handle until the latch catches so it doesn't thunk. The house is dark, quiet, familiar in the way only places you've memorized can be. The third floorboard, from the left, that creaks if you step wrong. I avoid it like muscle memory. The hallway light switch that flickers twice, before it catches if you flip it too fast. The faint pine from the greenhouse out back drifting through the vents like a lullaby. He doesn't know he sings. The faint scent of sawdust still lingering from whatever project kept him late. I toe off my sneakers by the mat. Slow, deliberate, laces already loose from the walk, socks silent on the hardwood, the chill of the floor seeping up through my soles like a reminder that I'm really here, really doing this. I pull the note from my pocket, the paper soft from being folded and unfolded a dozen times, the ink slightly blurred where my thumb pressed too hard. I creep toward the kitchen, heart hammering so loud I swear it echoes off the walls, off the framed photo of his old truck on the wall, off the coffee table cluttered with a half-empty mug and a wrench he forgot to put away. Then, a lamp clicks on. Golden light spills across the living room like warm honey, catching on the dust motes floating lazy in the air. Harlan is sitting right there in the armchair, the one with the worn armrests and the dent from years of his weight, wide awake, salt and pepper hair tousled like he's been running his hands through it for hours, green eyes locked on me like he's been expecting this exact second for years, like he's been sitting here rehearsing too. A faint smear of sawdust still clings to one sleeve from whatever kept him late at the shop, a tiny scar near his thumb, catching the lamplight like a secret he never told. Another faint mark on his wrist from the night he taught me how to hold a hammer without bruising my palm. "You're home late," he says softly, voice gravel and midnight, low enough that it rumbles through the floorboards and settles warm in my stomach, like the first sip of coffee on a cold morning. I freeze, then smile, the note crumpling in my fist, the paper crinkling louder than it should. "I just turned 18, I whisper, the words tasting like birthday cake and freedom and fear. "You don't have to worry so much anymore." He doesn't look away, just studies me, really studies, like he's reading every unsent voice memo, every deleted text, every time I walked past his house just to see if the light was on, every sticky note I left on his truck and pretended was just neighborly. I feel it everywhere. The hoodie zipper cold against my throat, the night air still clinging to my skin like a second layer, the way his gaze snags on the way I'm twisting the note into a knot. On the smudge of birthday cake, frosting on my sleeve I didn't notice until now. He leans forward, elbows on his knees, the armchair creaking under him like it's in on the secret, like it's been waiting too. "Sit," he says, gentle but firm, the same tone he used when I was 16 and crying on his porch over a broken bike chain, the same tone that made me feel safe even when everything else was falling apart. I cross the room, socks whispering on the rug, the fibers soft under my feet, and perch on the couch across from him, the cushion still warm from where he must have been sitting earlier. The lamp flickers once, steadies, casting long shadows that dance on the walls. The note burns in my hand, the paper hot against my palm. Silence stretches, thick and electric, the kind that makes the air feel heavier, like it's holding its breath with us. He exhales, slow, like he's been holding it since the first time I left a sticky note on his truck that just said, "You're late," in purple ink. "Sarah." "I know," I cut in, voice steadier now, the words finally untangling after years of knots. "I know you're older. I know you fixed my bike and let me raid your fridge and pretended not to notice when I stared too long at the way your hands look when you're holding a wrench. I know you taught me how to change a tire and let me cry into your handkerchief when I was 15 and my dad forgot my birthday. But I'm not 15 anymore. I'm 18. And I'm tired of pretending I don't think about you when I can't sleep. Tired of deleting voice memos at 3 a.m. where I practice saying I love you. Tired of sneaking notes instead of saying it out loud. Tired of walking past your house like a ghost who's too scared to haunt." He pushes up from the chair, the wood creaking again, closes the distance in 2 quiet steps, his socks silent on the rug. Doesn't touch me, just stands close enough that I feel the warmth rolling off him, smell the faint sawdust still clinging to his skin, the faint coffee on his breath from the mug on the table. "You should have texted," he murmurs. But there's no scold in it, just a softness that makes my chest ache, just a hint of a smile tugging at the corner of his mouth. "I tried," I whisper, my voice cracking on the last word. "Deleted every draft, recorded one at 3 a.m. last week, never played it, wrote this instead." I hold up the note, crumpled and smudged, the paper trembling in my fingers. His mouth curves, not quite a smile, more like a secret finally set free, the kind that reaches his eyes and makes the scar on his thumb dance in the light. 18 looks good on you." Heat floods my cheeks, my neck, everywhere, the blush hot enough to rival the lamp. "Flattery won't get you out of this conversation." Wasn't aiming to escape. The air thickens, sweet and electric, the kind that makes the hairs on my arms stand up, the kind that makes the room feel smaller. I stand, slow, deliberate, until we're chest to chest, the couch at my back, the lamp casting us in gold. I reach out, fingertips brushing the stubble along his jaw. Rough, warm, real, the texture grounding me. He catches my wrist, not to stop me, just to hold, thumb pressing the frantic pulse there, like he's counting heartbeats, like he's syncing to my rhythm. His skin is warm, lamplight warm, cedar warm. "You should go home," he says, but his grip tightens, contradicting every syllable, his other hand lifting to tuck a strand of hair behind my ear, fingers lingering on my cheek. "Only if you walk me," I answer, bold and breathless, the words tasting like cake and confession. His eyes darken, storm green and unreadable, gold flecks catching the light. "That's a dangerous promise." "I like danger." For a moment we're statues, the lamp humming its approval, the silence stretching like taffy. Then he leans in, slow, deliberate, until his forehead rests against mine. Coffee breath, cedar, the faint metallic tang of tools still on his skin. "Stay," he murmurs, the word barely air. "Just talk." I nod, already missing the space between us that's finally gone. He leads me to the couch, sits, pulls me down beside him, the dent in the cushion swallowing us both. The throw blanket smells like him. He drapes it over my shoulders without asking, the fabric soft and warm. We talk in whispers, about the bike chain, about the sticky notes, about the nights I walked past and the nights he noticed from the window, about the handkerchief he gave me that I still keep in my drawer. We laugh when I admit I once left a second note that just said "Coffee's getting cold," and he admits he drank it anyway, cold and all. Midnight finds us tangled under the throw blanket. My head on his shoulder, his fingers tracing idle circles on my upper arm, slow and steady like he's sanding rough edges. He tells me about the first night he realized I wasn't just the kid next door, the night I was 17 and helped him carry groceries in the rain and laughed when he dropped the eggs, the way my laugh stuck with him. I tell him about the voice memo I recorded at 3 a.m. last week and never played for anyone, the one where I practiced saying, "I love you" until my voice cracked and the battery died. He asks to hear it. I hesitate, then pull out my phone, thumb hovering over the play button. I play it. My voice, shaky, raw. I'm 18 tomorrow, and I'm still scared to tell you I love you. But I'm more scared of never saying it, of waking up at 30 and wondering what if I'd just sneaked in. Silence. Then he kisses me. Slow, deliberate, like he's been holding it back since the sticky note, since the eggs, since the first time I cried on his porch. The kiss lingers, turns deeper, turns into punctuation for every unsent text, every deleted draft. My hands fist in his t-shirt, his palms slide to my waist, lifting me onto his lap like I weigh nothing. The blanket slips to the floor. Outside, the wind picks up, rattling the window. Inside, we don't notice. At 2:27 a.m., the lamp flickers, once, twice, then steadies, the bulb humming louder, like it's excited. He stands, offers his hand, pulls me up. Come on. I follow him to the window. The street is white with frost, silent, the swing finally still. He presses his palm to the glass. I cover it with mine, our hands overlapping, warmth, bleeding through the cold. Our breath fogs the pain in matching clouds, swirling together like smoke. Still cold? He asks, voice rough. Never was, I say. We end up on the floor, backs against the couch, blanket around us both, the coffee table pushed aside to make room for legs and laughter, and the quiet kind of chaos that doesn't need words. He pulls his phone from the cushion, opens a blank note, hands it to me. Type it, he says. I do. I love you. No delete, no drafts, no more sneaking. He reads it, saves it, sets the phone down, kisses the taste of the words from my lips, slow and thorough like he's memorizing the flavor. At 3:11, the house settles with a creak, like it's approving, like it's been rooting for this. We're not done talking. He tells me about the greenhouse orchids that only bloom after the first hard frost, how he stopped forcing them years ago. I tell him about the voice memo I'll record tomorrow and actually send, the one that starts with, "I'm home." He laughs, low and warm, the sound vibrating through his chest into mine. The night stretches. We trade stories like currency. His first car, my first heartbreak, the time I hid in his garage during a thunderstorm at 15, and he pretended not to notice for an hour, feeding me hot chocolate like it was normal. We laugh until our sides ache, until the lamp flickers again and steadies. At 4:47, he stands, pulls me up, leads me to the kitchen. He pours 2 glasses of water, hands me one. "Last sip," he says. I drink. It's cold, clean, perfect. He takes the glass, sets it down, kisses the taste from my lips. The frost thickens outside, painting the window in delicate lace. Inside, the lamp finally dims to a single bulb, casting the room in a gold so faint it feels like a secret. We're back on the couch, tangled tighter, his heartbeat under my ear, my fingers tracing the scar on his wrist like it's a map to somewhere I've always wanted to go. Dawn creeps in around 5:47, pale and shy through the blinds, turning the frost to diamonds. He stirs first, presses a kiss to my temple, lingers like he's reluctant to move. "Gotta check the greenhouse," he murmurs. I nod, half asleep, already missing the weight of him. He stands, pulls on his boots, leaves the t-shirt on the floor like a promise, the note still in his pocket. At the door he pauses, looks back. "Still here?" he asks. "Always," I answer. Sarah winks at the camera, phone propped on the coffee table, battery at 3%, red light blinking, frost melting into tiny rivers on the glass. And that's how sneaking in became everything. How one key turned into a night that rewrote the dark. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, comment your boldest late night sneak. Just turned 18, just walked in and stayed forever.